Wayne Austin, also known as Aussie UK on Fiverr, and I'm a Fiverr ambassador, a top-rated seller, and a forum admin too. I'm from the UK, and I love mountain biking, photography. I'm the father of 3 amazing kids, and I'm also a network engineer in my day job. So, I've been a seller on Fiverr for around about 3 years now. But it started as a buyer and buying stuff for my business, and decided one day to transition some of my skills into making some money for my family. To date, I've completed over 20,500 orders on Fiverr in my spare time across multiple categories, but only really selling the online marketing category right now. I've grossed over $200,000 in orders, which has given me around about $180,000 of extra income to support my family. So, onto time management. Fiverr gives you a great platform to make money, and it's really easy for practically anyone to do it. One of the most important things to bear in mind is how you manage your time. Your time as a seller to ensure that you're working effectively and still have plenty of time to do the things you love. So, here are my best tips. Number 1 is create yourself a gig space. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be Fiverring from home. So ensure you have a place you can go to and just tune out of the daily stuff in the house. Number 2, do the hard things first. Every morning, scan your orders to see if there are any complex or large orders that might demand more of your time. The best piece of advice is to do those while you're still feeling fresh. Personally, I've been caught out at the last minute in the early days when you've got a $400 appear in the queue and you've got to pull the graveyard shift to deliver it. Number 3, prioritize and grouping. Group your orders for the day by gig and gig extra. This will help you focus your time more effectively by completing similar tasks in blocks instead of jumping from gig to gig. Set targets. It's important to give yourself daily goals to work towards. It's all too easy as a freelancer to put off the tasks when you can see that you might have a number of days left on the clock. Work towards clearing your queue in easy to manage blocks. Learn to say no. When you're a new seller, it's all too easy to say yes to every buyer's request. And whilst in a perfect world, you'd like to help all buyers, sometimes you just can't. And it's best to say no from the start so you don't dig yourself into a hole and find that you've just wasted 3 hours of your time, and more importantly, your buyer's time too. Give clear reasons why, and your buyers will leave a great impression and they're likely to return later on. But always be polite. Myself, Adam, and Red recently did a Fiverr podcast episode on this topic, so be sure to go and check that out for more in-depth analysis. Thank you. Sumo, shut up and move on. In an ideal world, we'd like every order to run 100% smoothly. But unfortunately, you are, on rare occasions, going to hit a snag in the road. I've seen sellers in the past attach personal feelings towards hiccups in an order and go into long and protracted exchanges with buyers. Learn to accept that things just aren't going to work out sometimes and move on to the next order. Gigs in minutes. I have a rule for my own orders that if a $5 order is going to take me longer than 5 minutes, I'm doing something wrong. So, with that in mind, there are loads of ways that you can streamline your gig process, and you might just be able to see on the right of this slide that Marco, who's over there somewhere, and I worked on making my own delivery process as tight as it could be by using technology to minimize mistakes. They happen and they cost you valuable time. So we set about designing my own browser that would take care of some of the tasks that I found more time consuming. My main gig delivery cycle went from 10 minutes down to 3 minutes per $5 order. Automation tools. I appreciate that in some of your categories, you're probably not going to be able to do this. However, there are loads of tools out there that you can help, such as browser automation tools like iMacros, that can help you with repetitive tasks that take up the most of your time. Steal seconds. Reevaluate your gig process from time to time. If you think there could be a better way to do it, then implement it, test it, and reevaluate to ensure that you're maximizing your time effectively. Consistent delivery. Fiverr has some great tools, and one of the most recent, which is brilliant, was quick responses. I literally use it every day. I also have a nicely formatted HTML template that I deliver out to my buyers that outlines what I've done in the delivery. I know some of you guys, like Adam, who spoke a minute ago, have also got the same sort of process in place. I think one of the best things to come out of Fiverr right now is the mobile app. It's more than just a way for you guys to message your buyers. And I travel a lot with my day job. And usually that involves spending a lot of time traveling between jobs in my hometown in the middle of England to the far reaches of the country. So when I am in that situation, I leverage the features of the app, and I'm going to skim through a few of them shortly. And I'm sure that most of you guys are familiar with the app as it is now, but really, you're not really using it to its full potential. I know right now there are some differences between the Android and iPhone version, so whichever platform you guys are on, some of these might not apply. But right now you can answer messages, withdraw revenues, update your buyers, answer buyer requests, deliver gigs, and even create new gigs and update existing gigs you've got. It's a real time saver when you're on the move and not at your computer. So, some final points just to sum up. It's about time for me, but there's just a few final points. Number one, use your hour of power. I think we can all say that we love sleep, right? But try to get up an hour early each day, and you can use this to plan what you're going to be doing. Answer your messages, doing your admin, and basically setting yourselves up for the day. Number two, always begin with the end in mind. Have a clear goal of what you want to achieve that day and work towards it. Number three, it's easy to procrastinate as a freelancer, especially if you're working at home. All too often, I find myself in the early days taking extended lunch breaks and heading out with friends, and that kind of just doesn't work, especially if you've got loads of stuff going on. So think like you're at work and take scheduled breaks. Number four, Fiverr should be fun. So the most important piece of advice I'm going to give you guys is don't burn out. Don't work too hard, and earn and enjoy yourself. It's a rewarding experience working with some amazing buyers and sellers on Fiverr.